Okay, so it's written that God is sovereign. Okay? And we understand God by the spiritual things, by the way of a man, not the man's image, because after the image fell, by being self-willed, then God sent his word, and his word is a promise, which is his son Christ. So he gave his word, and his word is bond for better or worse, as in a marriage. And in this world, a man has his word. And whether his word be truth, and truth is shared in love, because if you have truth but not charity, then you have nothing, and your existence is vain. You are considered to be spiritually dead. The words you offer, dead. Though they may captivate audience, the substance holds no weight. And therefore, people forever thirst. Knowledge. With every question answered, there's two more. Out of that knowledge, that provided a solution. And for that solution, another problem. But wisdom encompasses all and clears up thirst. For if you have God's Spirit, then you have liberty in Christ. And for that there is no law. But you have liberty in Christ indeed. Understand? So, there cannot be sovereignty without accountability. Okay? Sovereignty isn't devoid of independence, and independence can't be devoid of accountability and responsibility and the greatness of God's name, Ahaya, meaning I am that I am, and I will be what I will be, pertains to wisdom's and its understanding, heaven coming down like a bride. The groom being in the image of Christ, having the word of truth inside. These things men are not born with, so it is written, let God be true and every man a lie. Therefore, the Father and the Son is the same, like droplets of water that touch. We can't define whether that is one drop or three. Such is the same, the Father and the Son and the man who is a spiritual man who walks in the image of. Therefore, in the image of is the word. Then so in truth, that man speaks truth. His word is bond. He is married to heaven. And he has become sovereign. And he has learned accountability. And he has learned responsibility and such and so on. He has gained independence. This independence comes by the word. This matrix, this reality, this chaos is brought to order under the ordering of one's mind. And the ordering of one's mind brings understanding. And once one understands the spirit of a thing, then they also understand the nature. Then the two are connected and the mind isn't filleted. Believing that the two are diametrically opposed when they come together in one body. And the soul is like the scales that weighs in the balance. Since the image of this world is gray and unmade, such as the night, the dark light of men, which is a shadow, that's knowledge, that lies, which all men do under the sun, where nothing is new. Consciousness is formed by the gathering of the word and the promise according to faith. And then that man's mind is made. And he's given a new heart. The faculties to define and weigh his thoughts, which ones are his and which ones are not. Pertaining to accountability and consequences, the foresight of not making choices that would bring detriment, this man has understanding. And his spirit and nature, it's not separated, but have come together. And the soul is united in its tie, and its tie is independence. This tie we wear not for business. This corporation is not cutthroat. This tie is not a rope that we hang slaves with by that tree. And the process of work in one's enlightenment by old laws of any means necessary. Kill or be killed in the wilderness still. One walks according to a law. This moral fitness is exercised by exercising the demon in scriptures, and those scriptures encode the blood, and the doors are opened. Jacob's ladder, I be climbing out in the spirit, and then I realize the physical is secondary to the spiritual, and the two are married in my mind, and my wisdom and knowledge comes together, and then my eyes are opened to know the difference between good and evil, and that I have flesh on. Therefore I bear my cross and bear in both. Trying of these fruits now with discernment, I could see the ending from the beginning, and I could tell what the truth is, so I don't enter. That's foresight. More than eyesight, there's foresight, hindsight, and insight. Most lack all. Even the things that they physically see has to be comprehended by the mind. And if the mind can't comprehend it, then the brain is awash. Noah and the flood. Considering deep state Atlantis, how many niggas drown, and we think that the flood happened for a time. It's a summary that is timeless. Every Christian gets baptized. How many make it back out to the ark? Peace and blessings be with you all. This is sovereignty.